Good morning, students. In the class, we start the fourth unit revision, Amma. Okay, na? So, what is the fourth unit? Memory system. Generally, for what purpose we are using the memory? If you are taking the computer block diagram, in that computer block diagram, we are having input device, processor, output device, memory unit, control unit, all are there. So, in that, for what purpose we are using the memory? To store the instructions and to store the data, we are using memory locations. Okay, Nama, that is the memory system. Here, if you are taking, this is the block diagram. Here, the processor will be there and memory is there. Okay, in this processor, memory address register, MBR means memory address register, MDR means memory data register. Okay, Amma. What is the purpose of memory address register and what is the purpose of memory data register? So here, it holds the address locations of the data. Okay, Amma? MDR means it holds the data which is required to execute the instruction. Okay? Here, if you are taking any program, what is meant by a program? Program is that is having a sequence of instructions. Okay, ma? Here, all the instructions are stored in some memory locations. Okay? And the data required to execute that instruction are also stored in the memory locations. Okay, ma? Suppose if you are having the instruction move R0, R1. Okay? So what happened? That is belongs to the data transfer instructions. Okay, Amma? That is belongs to the data transfer instruction. Move R0, R1. Okay, Amma? That means this is one instruction. This is belongs to the data transfer instruction. What is the meaning here? The data in R0 register will be moved to R1 register. That means this is one instruction. Okay, this is one instruction. So this instruction is stored in memory location. And which data is required to execute this instruction? R0 data and R1 data. If we know R0 data and R1 data, then only this instruction is executed. Okay, here the source is R0 and the destination is R1. Okay, ma? So here R0 data is also stored in some memory location. Okay, ma? So like this, all the instructions are stored in some address location. And the data required to execute that instruction also stored in some address location. Okay, ma? So here, this memory address register, suppose here the bus is used. What is meant by bus? It is having a group of lines. Each line carries one bit of information. Okay, ma? The bus is a communication path between the two devices. That means the bus creates a communication path between the two devices. Okay, ma? To transfer the data between the two devices, we are using the bus. In that bus, we are having address lines, data lines, and control lines. Are you remember? In the bus structure, we learned this. So what is the use of address lines here? Based on the address lines, we know the maximum size of the processor. That means what is the maximum memory locations in that processor. Okay, ma. Suppose if you are having 16 number of address lines, then what are the how many maximum locations are there? 2 power 16. That will be taking as 2 power 6 into 2 power 10. Are you remember? Previously, we are taking these examples. If we are having 16 number of address lines, totally how many memory locations are there? 2 power 16 memory locations are there. 2 power 16 means how it will rise? 2 power 6 into 2 power 10. Okay, ma? 2 power 6 into 2 power 10. 2 power 6 value is 64. Okay, ma? Into 2 power 10 is called 1 kilo. Okay. Why this is 1 kilo? 2 power 10 means that is approximately, that value is 1024. That will be approximately equal to 1K. Okay. So if you are taking 16 number of address lines, that is having totally 64K locations. Okay. If you are having 20 address lines, then how many locations are there? 2 power 20. 2 power 20 means that will be taken as 2 power 10 into 2 power 10. 2 power 10 means 1K into 2 power 10 is 1K. 1K into 1K means, what is the value? 1 mega, 10 power 6. Do you remember? Generally in mathematics, we are taking 10 cube as K, 1 kilo. Okay, Amma, 10 cube into 10 cube means 10 power 6. That is nothing but 1 mega. So if the processor having 20 number of address lines, then the total maximum memory locations are 1 mega locations are there. Okay, Amma. So here, based on the here K bit address bus. K bit address bus means K number of address lines are taking. So the maximum locations are up to 2 power K addressable locations. Okay, ma? Up to 2 power K addressable locations. Okay, yeah. If the data bus is n bit, that means number of data lines are n number of data lines are there. So based on the data lines, what we know? The word length of the processor. The word length of the processor is known by using the number of data lines. Okay, ma? That's why the word length is equal to n bits. Okay, control lines. Control lines means R by W bar, like that. R by W bar means, what is the meaning? Read operation or write operation. Okay, ma? If R by W bar is equal to 0, then write operation is performed. Okay, if R by W bar is equal to 1, then read operation is performed. Okay, MFC means memory function complete. That means whether the data transfer, that is read operation is completed or not, or write operation is completed or not. What is the status of the operation which is giving? That will be known by using this MFC control signal, memory function complete signal. Okay, ma? So based on that, we know the total memory in the processor. Okay. Next, if you are taking the measures for the speed of your memory, that is memory access time and memory cycle time. Okay, ma? Next, here, always we are trying to speed up the execution. Okay, to speed up the execution of the program. That is program in the sense instructions, that is having number of instructions. Okay, Amma, see here. Provide a computer system with as large and a fast a memory as possible within a given cost target. Okay, always we are trying to speed the execution process and the cost will be low Okay, ma? Here we are using to change the size. We are using two memories. Those will be cache memory and virtual memory. So what is the importance of cache memory? It increases the speed of operation. Okay, ma. Whenever we need the data, then we are searching in the cache memory. Because in the cache memory, we search the data with a fast rate. Okay, ma. If you not find the data in cache memory, then only we are going to the main memory. ఓకే అమ్మా, మెయిన్ మెమరీతో కంపేర్ చేసుకుంటే క్యాష్ మెమరీ నుంచి డేటాని తీసుకోవడం అనేది చాలా ఈజీగా అవుతుంది అనమాట. ఓకేనా, తొందరగా తీసుకుంటాం కాబట్టి స్పీడ్ గా ప్రాసెస్ జరుగుతుంది. ఓకే, సో దట్స్ వై క్యాష్ మెమరీ మీన్స్ టు ఇంక్రీజ్ ద ఎఫెక్టివ్ స్పీడ్. ఓకే అమ్మా, వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఆఫ్ వర్చువల్ మెమరీ? To increase the effective size. Virtual in the sense we are imagining some of the memory locations. ఓకే, ఆల్రెడీ ఉన్న మెమరీ లొకేషన్స్ తో పాటు సో మనం ఇంకొన్ని మెమరీ లొకేషన్స్ వీ కెన్ ఇమాజిన్. సో అప్పుడు మనకి ఏమవుతుంది, the size will be, memory size will be increased by using this virtual memory. Okay, next semiconductor RAM memories. Semiconductor RAM memory. So here we are having two memories. Those will be volatile memory and non-volatile memory. Okay, ma, volatile memory and non-volatile memory. Volatile memory in the sense, if the power is switched off, then the data will be erased. That means the temporary memory. Okay, ma, temporary memory. Example is taking as RAM, random access memory. Okay, ma, random access memory. Next one is non-volatile memory. Non-volatile memory means if the power is off, then also the data will be retained. Okay, power off అయిపోయినా కానీ డేటా అనేది స్టోర్ అయి ఉంటుందమ్మా. ఓకేనా, సో దిస్ ఈజ్ పర్మనెంట్ మెమరీ. ఓకే, non-volatile means permanent memory. The examples are ROM, read only memory. Okay, ma, read only memory. Here in RAM we are having types. RAM means the types are static RAM and dynamic RAM. Okay, ma. Next, in ROM also we are having types. Those will be, ROM means read only memory. Okay, ma, read only memory. Here PROM, that is programmable read only memory. Okay, ma. Next, EPROM, erasable programmable read only memory. Okay, next, EEPROM. What is this? Electrically erasable programmable read only memory. Okay, ma, electrically erasable programmable read only memory. Okay, these are the types in ROM. Here we learn the flash memory also. Okay, ma. So now we discuss one by one. These are called semiconductor memories. Okay, ma. In this, the first one is RAM, random access memory. Okay, here each memory cell can hold 1 bit of information. Okay, here all the memory cells are organized in the form of an array. Okay, Amma. If you are taking one row, then that will be one word. Okay, that is one row is one memory word. Okay, Amma. If all the cells of a row are connected to a common line, then that will be known as a word line. Okay, Amma. Cells anni common line lo manam connect chese, then that will be called as word line. Actually, this word line is connected to the address decoder. Address decoder. Okay, Amma. So these are the memory cells. Here, SRAM cell, that is static RAM. Okay, Amma. RAM means random access memory. Okay. Here, if you are taking one cell in that static RAM, this is the structure of SRAM cell. Okay, Amma. Here we are using transistors. Okay. 2 transistors are used. So these lines with 2 bits are used. These bits will be connect. This is the bit lines. B dash are called the bit lines. Okay, Amma. So these transistors are connected to the word line. That means all are connected in one common line. That common line is called word line. Already here we discussed. All cells of a row are connected to a common line known as the word line. So here all the transistors are connected to a common line, that is the word line. Okay, Amma. So here 2 transistor inverters are cross connected to implement a basic flip-flop. Here flip-flop means that is also a storing device that stores 1 bit information. Okay, Amma. Already we know about the flip-flop. Different types of flip-flops are there. So flip-flop means that stores 1 bit information. Okay. The cell is connected to one word line and 2 bit lines by transistors T1 and T2. Okay, here we are having one word line and 2 bit lines. Okay, Amma, here read operation. In order to read state of SRAM cell, the word line is activated to close switches T1 and T2. Okay, Amma, based on the switches position, here we know what is the status of this word line. Okay, this is a SRAM cell. Next, here see static RAM. So we learn some points. So here RAM means that is volatile memory. Already we discussed. That is a temporary memory. Okay, Amma. So this static RAM consists of circuits that are capable of retaining their state as long as the power is applied. And the power apply చేసినంత వరకు మనకి data అనేది ఉంటుందమ్మా. ఓకేనా? That data will be stored in the static RAM. Volatile memories, this will be because their contents are lost when the power is interrupted. Okay. Access times of static RAMs are in the range of few nanoseconds. The cost will be high. Next, dynamic RAM. Dynamic RAM means here do not retain their state indefinitely. Okay. Contents must be periodically refreshed. In this dynamic RAM, the contents which are stored in that are periodically refreshed. Okay, ma? Contents may be refreshed while accessing them for reading. Okay. See the characteristics of dynamic RAM. Here, this is having short data lifetime. Needs to be refreshed continuously. Slower as compared to static RAM. Okay, ma? This dynamic RAM is slower compared to the static RAM. Used as RAM. Smaller in size. Less expensive. Less power consumption. Okay, ma? These are the characteristics of dynamic RAM. Next, static RAM characteristics. So this is having a long life. No need to refresh here. This is very faster compared to the dynamic RAM. This static RAM is used as the cache memory. ఇక్కడ మనం cache memory గా యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాము అంటే కంపల్సరీ it will be faster. Okay, amma? This is having the large size. Expensive. High power consumption. Okay, ma? These are the characteristics of static RAM. Okay. Next, ROM, read-only memory. Read-only memory means this is non-volatile memory. So this, in this permanent memory means whenever the power is switched off, then also the data will be stored. Okay, ma? Here we are having the types. Here we learn the ROM cell. So in this, each cell, what is the structure of each cell? Okay, ma? If you see the structure of ROM, here one switch is there. This is connected to the ground. This is the word line. This is the bit line. Here, this bit line is connected to VCC. Okay, ma? This is the structure of one cell in this ROM. Okay, ma? In this, suppose if a logic value 0 is stored in the cell, if the transistor is connected to the ground, okay, that is at point P. Okay, suppose if this switch is closed, then logic 0 is connected. If this switch is open, then directly VCC will be getting as output, that is logic 1. Okay, ma? Logic 1. Okay. So this is a ROM cell. See here. Here, data are written into a ROM when it is manufactured. Okay, ma? So the data will be written into the ROM cell. Different cells are there. Okay, ma? So in that, the data will be written. So that when it is manufactured చేసేటప్పుడే మనం డేటాని రైట్ చేస్తాం మా ROM లో. ఓకేనా? నెక్స్ట్ ప్రోగ్రామబుల్ రీడ్ ఓన్లీ మెమరీ. ప్రోగ్రామబుల్ రీడ్ ఓన్లీ మెమరీ మీన్స్ depending on our application, we develop some program. Okay, that program is dumped onto the ROM chip. Okay, so once we program the chip, then that will be permanently stored. That is not possible to erase that program is not possible in that programmable read-only memory. That means only one time we write the program. ఓకే అమ్మా, ఒక్కసారి మాత్రమే మనం రైట్ చేయగలం. దాన్ని అరేంజ్ చేసి మళ్ళీ ఏమైనా మోడిఫికేషన్స్ చేయాలి అంటే that is not possible in this programmable read-only memory. Okay, see here. Allow the data to be loaded by a user. Okay, process of inserting the data is irreversible. Irreversible in the sense, if we want to modify the data, then that is not possible here. Okay, ma. Strong information specific to a user. Storing information specific to a user in a ROM is expensive. Okay, suppose if we want to modify the information, then compulsory we are taking another ROM cell, that is another chip. Okay, ma. Providing programming capability to a user may be better. Okay, next erasable programmable read-only memory, EPROM. Okay, erasable programmable read-only memory, that is EPROM. Here, stored data to be erased and new data to be loaded. Okay, amma. So already program చేసిన దాంట్లో అయినా మనం దాన్ని అరేంజ్ చేసి న్యూ డేటా ఏమైనా కావాలంటే we can insert. Okay, so flexibility useful during the development phase of digital systems. Okay, ma. Suppose if we want to develop some digital system, first we can test whether that is working or not with some inputs. Okay, so that is okay. Next, change the inputs and try again whether the system is working properly or not. Okay, that means at the development stage we can check for different inputs. Okay, ma. So at that time we are using this erasable programmable read-only memory. Okay, erasable, it should be erasable reprogrammable ROM. Okay, here eraser requires exposing the ROM to UV light. How we can erase the data means by using the UV light we can erase the data and change the modifications which we want. Okay, ma, depending on our requirement. So this is erasable programmable read-only memory. The next one is electrically erasable programmable read-only memory, EEPROM. Okay, ma, EEPROM. So here, this also we can erase the data if we require. Okay, ma. What is the difference between EPROM and EEPROM? Both are used to change the modifications in the program. Okay, ma. But what is the difference here? See here. To erase the contents of EPROMs, these have to be exposed to ultraviolet light. Okay. So here, the contents can be stored and erased electrically. Physically removed from the circuit. Okay, physically removed from this circuit. Okay, ma. Here, these EEPROMs also erasable like EPROMs. Both are used for erasing the program and do the modifications. Next one is flash memory. Flash memory. Flash memory means, so this is also similar approach to EEPROM. Okay, okay, ma. Here, read the contents of a single cell, but write the contents of an entire block of cells. Okay, this is also same as EEPROM. By using this flash memory, read the contents of a single cell only, but write the contents of an entire block of cells. That's why this is having greater density. Greater density. Okay, ma? This flash memory having higher capacity and low storage cost per bit. That means the cost will be low. The power consumption of flash memory is also low. Okay, ma? Single flash chips are not sufficiently large, so large memory modules are implemented using flash cards and flash drives. Okay, ma? This is about the flash memory. So if you are taking the parameters speed, size, and cost, see this diagram. Okay, ma? So here processor is there. In that processor, registers and primary cache will be present. Secondary cache, main memory, magnetic disk, secondary memory. Okay. Here we are taking all the memory elements. So if you or take the size, the size will be increased from up to down. Okay, ma? The size will be increased. Compared to cache, the main memory size will be very high, isn't it? Okay, Amma. So if you take the speed, that speed will be increases from down to up. That means the speed of this magnetic disk secondary memory will be low. The primary cache speed will be very high. Okay, ma. Next, from down to up, the cost per bit is also increases. Okay, ma. Cost per bit is also increases. This is the memory hierarchy. Okay, ma. So these are the main semiconductor memories. Okay. So the next one is cache memory mapping functions. That will be discussed in the next class. Okay, Amma.